Welcome back to the shop, guys. This is Jake with Jacoby & Company Woodworks, and today we're going to be doing an unboxing video. This is my first unboxing. I don't know what I'm doing. We'll see how it goes. Maybe it'll be good, maybe it won't. This is a vacuum pot that I just ordered off Amazon. I'm excited. It had really good reviews, over 4,000 reviews, and I think I had like a 4.4 overall rating. So let's go ahead and get this opened up. Looks like we got a couple. Okay, that's the vacuum pump itself. I'm sure this is the pot and the lid and everything else that goes with it. Set that aside for now. I had to do this on my table saw, guys. The bench over there is just completely covered in projects right now, which is a good thing. I'm trying to get some more videos out to you guys. Okay, so here's what we got. This is a silicone pad they give you to go in the bottom of the pot. This looks like the actual lid. Again, I'm opening this with you, so I don't have a clue what's what and where it is. So, okay, that box is empty. Looks like some filters, hose, the actual pot. Now this is a 3-gallon pot. You can order bigger. Obviously you can order smaller too. 3-gallon for me, for what I do, is fine. Now I do have a project coming up. It's actually over on the bench right behind you guys. It's going to be close to 8 gallons of epoxy. So, but I'm going to do it in 2-inch increments throughout the cast. So that's okay. I can manage with a 3-gallon pot. It's like Christmas time here, guys. Okay, first impression, that is really heavy, very thick, nice gasket. This is all like one big gasket. You can feel it's softer rubber. I don't know if you can see me moving that. Oh, there you go. You can see, probably see how thick that lid is. Let me pull that back. I mean, that's a nice piece of acrylic. Obviously with the seal on there, that'll help form a suction. I was reading online that when you go to hook the vacuum pump up, obviously you have to open the one valve, close the other one. You have to push down to get it started. Now, I don't know if that's with a new one. Maybe it is, I don't know, but we'll find out here. But this is all ready together. You got the, yeah, it's tight. So you got your gauge on there. That gauge goes up to 30 bar. Yeah, 30 bar. Has the two valves. There's the hose. Let's go ahead and open the hose up. Pretty nice hose. Nice fit. Looks like some really nice fittings. Brass fittings, swiveled, obviously, crimped on. Hose is very nice quality, though. Okay, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get this out. Get the pump out. I'll be right back. All right, guys. I guess I should have said from the get-go. This is from a company named Bacoeng. And then they have an emblem ENG vacuum pump. This pump here, let's see, it is a 3 cubic feet per minute. It's a 110, so that's nice. I can plug it into any outlet. 180 watt, and it's 1/4 horse. There are some bigger ones I was looking at that were 1/3 horse and even 1/2 horse. But again, the ratings on this pump and this kit, this all one kit off of Amazon. Again, the link will be below. It had the best ratings, and it was a fair price. I don't even remember what it was, 170, 180 bucks, which for you guys realize how much epoxy costs, $80 to $100 a gallon. When you're doing even a 3-gallon pour, you know, you're talking $240 to $300. That adds up really fast, especially if you get bubbles in it and it ruins the pour. I mean, you're lighting that money on fire. So I'm gonna go ahead and read over a couple manuals. I'm not gonna bore you guys with that. Let me read the manuals and I'll come back. Okay, guys, I went through the manual. There really isn't too much to absorb. They do have some procedures, some troubleshooting stuff. It's pretty much, it all comes down to seals. Obviously, it's a vacuum pump. You need to have the seals. The one thing we got to do before we get started, it does come with a bottle of oil. That's for the vacuum pump. And they have, right here on the end, I'll get you set there. You can see right here a sight glass that says min, max. Here is the lid. Let me go ahead and unscrew that. We'll go ahead and put the oil in here right now. That way I don't actually forget. You can see the fill hole right on the top there. So let me go ahead and pour this in. One important thing, you don't want to run this pump dry, like just about any pumps that run off oil. You got to have that oil in there, or obviously you can burn the pump up. So let's go ahead and pour this in. We'll see how much it takes. It didn't really say in the instructions. I'm guessing I'm halfway. It's probably going to take it all. Nothing. Oh, just starting to creep up in the glass. Yeah, it looks like it's going to take it all, guys. Yep. So when you get these, you can go ahead and dump the whole bottle in. Obviously, look at your sight glass. These might come from the manufacturer with a little bit more oil, but I'm guessing being that these are coming from overseas, they drain the oil out of them. So that's on there. We'll go ahead and screw this lid back on. Everything I've seen so far has been really nice quality, very nice gaskets. Kind of nerding out about the quality so far. I haven't turned it on yet. What you're seeing in the video is all I've done. So there's 4 main parts to this. So obviously you have the pump, you have the lid with the valves, hose, the pot. You can see I put the silicone mat in the bottom. If I'm pouring epoxy, I might put some paper towels down there, something to that effect, because as you'll see, I'm going to go ahead and mix up some epoxy, get some air bubbles in it, and as this suctions out the air and creates a vacuum, bubbles will rise to the top and actually can overflow the pot. You have to be very careful and maintain it. So let me go ahead and get this together. And we'll go ahead and mix up some epoxy and turn the pump on for the first time and see what it does. Guys, I want to show you over here on the pump. I just took this little cap off. That's where the one end of the hose connects. Right here onto this fitting. It's a flared fitting, which just means that the top's flared. That's how it seals. And then over here on the lid, you have another flared fitting. See if you can see that. Another flared fitting, and then this end is the pressure relief valve. Guys, the one thing that I want to show you, inside those brass fittings are rubber gaskets, and they're actually pretty thick, which is nice. You're going to feel a positive impact into that flare of that fitting. So these aren't meant to be tightened down with vice grips and channel locks or huge muscles. You just want to get them tight, give them about a quarter turn, that's it. That way you can just take them right back off to your hand if need be. They seal, you don't want to jack those seals up, which is what's going to happen if you tighten them down with a pair of pliers or a wrench or something like that. Okay guys, so let's go and mix up some epoxy. I thought I had more. I'm using liquid glass, 2 to 4 inch thick pour. I don't have a lot of the B agent. This is the 1 part ratio. You mix 2 parts of A to 1 part of B. So I'm just going to put in about, what I'm going to say is about half, probably right around. Let's go to 11. Okay, so I need to put in 22 parts of A. So let me just tear that out. So 22 is going to be, there's 16 ounces. So it'll be 1 pound 6 ounces by weight. Okay, there we go. Let's go ahead and mix this up. Get a bunch of air bubbles in it. That way we can test this vacuum pot. So guys, you can see how many bubbles I introduced into that epoxy. It would take hours upon hours upon hours, and honestly, it would probably never all just come to rise to the top and come out. So Let's go ahead and get it in the vacuum chamber here. Put the lid on, turn it on, see what happens. Okay, here we go. Definitely pulling a vacuum. We're at -15 bar. We start to see some action down here in the container. They say to get it up around 27 to 30, -27 and -30 bar. I can see the foam rising. I have to keep a real close eye on this. I'm going to pan you down a little bit. You can see it coming up. I don't want to overflow this and make a big mess. And what I've seen some other people do when that happens, you can shut the pump off and then you can let a little bit of air out. And that'll cause the bubbles to go down. All right, I just paused it, guys. We're at -20, about 26, 27 bar right now. Again, this is my first time doing this, so I'm learning with you. I'm really excited to see what happens here. Let me go ahead. I'm going to introduce a little bit of air. This is the valve. This valve right here, you crack at to let a little bit of air in. You want to go real slow with it. You can see the bubbles are going down now. I'm going to go ahead and turn the pump back on. And you might have to do this a few times. I introduced a lot of air into that epoxy, so there is a ton of bubbles in there. Luckily with this thick set, you have plenty of working time. This isn't like tabletop epoxy where you got to do it super quick and you only have like 40-45 minutes of work time. I'm going to go ahead and release the air. We'll take the lid off. I'm going to blow torch the bubbles, whatever's in there. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Still lots and lots of bubbles. So I'm going to do this a few times, guys. I'll probably put you on time lapse, see if I can get most of this out and get it clear. Now guys, I don't know if you can see this. We're definitely making progress. Let me go over maybe against the cabinet. You can see the clear in the bottom. And that epoxy goes all the way up to about right there. You can see the difference in the top. So it's definitely pulling the bubbles up. So that's awesome. So I'm gonna keep working at it here, see if we can keep going. Get them all out. Well guys, there you have it. We are clear. Okay guys, so there it is. That took me about a half an hour. I know that I went a little faster in the time lapse for you. You're welcome. Very happy with this. It's very well made. The valves are nice. The handles are a little chintzy, but who cares? That's really not an important part. The pot, very nice quality. The lid, obviously, I showed you the thickness, very nice. The gasket, very nice. Didn't have to push down at all. Now over time, I don't know if this gasket, you know, maybe it'll start to dry out, wear out. I don't know. Maybe I will have to push it just to get it started. I'm not sure. I can check back with you all if I ever have issues with that, but I highly doubt that's going to be the case. This is a really thick gasket. It's very soft, very pliable. I think if you take care of it, you're not going to have an issue. It took about 30 seconds to get this up the vacuum. The pump is very quiet. And once it was at vacuum, even without shutting the valves, it held. I had it up to about -29. I couldn't get it to -30. I'll keep trying, see maybe it's something I'm doing, or maybe it's because the amount of air I had in the epoxy. That might be why. But the gauge is very nice. Again, it comes with the oil. So I recommend it, guys. Absolutely. Go out, buy one if you do a lot of epoxy pouring. Or if you, like if you're into knife scales or making grips for on guns and whatnot, you can impregnate that wood with one of these. So you put your wood down inside of the pot, you put in that special juice, I think they call it monkey juice or something like that. I've never done it. But that'll help suck that, that liquid into the wood, into the scales, if you will. So give it a shot. Let me know what you think. Drop a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Got new content coming out. I give you a little bit of a sneak peek when I poured that epoxy over there. That's going to be a video coming out. That's a big pour. I'm very excited. It's something else that I've never done before. So look forward to that, and be kind to one another. Catch you later.